So what to expect from a client SEO report? This is obviously a subject that offers much debate out there, and clients often have very high expectations, which is fair enough. They don't know what's involved with SEO in a lot of cases, and don't know what to expect. But you, as the SEO agency or expert, has to manage those clients' expectations and offer some form of client education. Um, what most SEO companies tend to report on would be traffic, rankings, and conversions. SEO is all about getting traffic to a website, how many conversions happen, and obviously good rankings on the search engines. There is nothing more, nothing less to SEO. Obviously, what is involved in SEO is very complex, and there's loads of different ranking factors. There's over, or allegedly over 200 different ranking factors, and obviously you've got content, link building, technical, and a whole heap of other things in between. And clients, for some reason, expect to have link building reports for some reason. I'm not sure if clients have got it in their head that everyone needs 100,000 links. They don't obsess over, have you fixed that redirect loop, or have you added new, some ask, have you added new content to the website, or what have you been doing? But most clients will go, well, do you fancy showing me what links you've built this month? And the answer is very often no, unless you are selling them PBN links, or you maybe using GSA or something dodgy to build the links. You can obviously pull a report from that. But obviously links tend to be the SEO's assets, and they tend not to report on them too frequently. And I get that, because so many people out there think it's okay to ask SEOs how they're doing the job and what they're doing and how much time they're putting into it. It's not a time-based job. If for example, me could rank your website for all the search terms, and it was going to bring you a massive return on your investment. Say I charge you £1,000 a month and you make £100,000 a month, then you've got a massive return on your investment. It's not about how many man hours go in or anything else. It doesn't even matter how many links go in, as long as you're in the dominating position. And that's not a suggestion that SEO is easy by any stretch of the imagination, because it's not. There's a lot more to SEO out there, but for me to explain the ins and outs to a client would constitute a training course, and it probably took me the best part of 5 years to learn SEO and the ins and outs of it and understand what everything was. And to try and get that information across to a client can't be done in any email report. And one thing that we can't do is make SEO a tangible service. It's not something you can touch or feel, and 100% get that clients do get nervous when they're paying for something they can't see. But it is a trust sale, and no matter how much shouting and screaming goes on, that can't change. It's still going to be technical SEO content, link building, and so on. So clients can scream till they're blue in the face. They don't get that level of information. I've not really known anyone to extensively report on backlinks, or extensively reporting anything else for that matter, unless they are a consultant and they are paying, their time is on the clock effectively. And for me, what would you expect from an SEO report would be the bare basics of rankings, traffic, and conversions. What else goes on in the background is something that has to happen as a natural progression with your SEO campaign. And I think obviously your SEO company will offer some form of transparency, but I think clients do dig too deep too often, and to the point where it pisses people off. And agencies will just give you pages and pages of bullshit information out there just to throw you off the scent, make it sound a bit more technical than it really is. And that is something that we can charge extra for if you want all the bullshit, but it is something that we do charge extensively for, because time is money at the end of the day. And if someone wants that level of reporting, then the bullshit and stuff like that does cost time and money to implement into your report, so there is a fee for that. So, what to expect from a normal SEO report. In most cases, having worked with agencies and I train a lot of agencies, is expect the basics. Do not dig too deep. You don't have to dig too deep. You, as the paying client, do not have to fully understand how SEO works and the ins and outs of it. If you do, by all means, there's plenty of courses out there that will help you learn all different aspects of SEO, but even then you'll probably find that it's too difficult or too time consuming for you to be able to do. If not, then fair play, you can obviously run your own SEO campaign. But I think, from the reality side, when you're on a low monthly retainer expecting 40 hours worth of reporting, it just doesn't happen. So SEOs will use tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, Google Analytics, some auditing tools to form what they would see as part of your report. And I think obviously you have to offer some form of transparency with your reports, make it jargon free, and try and help the client though to understand some of what they're paying for, because obviously you can't just say pay up and shut up. That as much as that would be ideal, you can't just say pay up and shut up. You've got to show them something, some form of progress, some form of sales, and show your value to the client. And by all means tell them that content's important, technical's important, but they don't need to know what a redirect loop is, or that you have to go away and compress and minify their CSS and JavaScript to get faster load speeds. All that stuff just takes additional time. It offers no value to the client because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's, where it gets frustrating from the SEO side. So that's what I would tend to expect from an SEO report, is a bit of transparency and some of the core basics of what's been done and what, traffic is happening there. I'm sure people will argue with that, but that's my take on what to expect from an SEO report.